Okay, in the second episode, I would like to complete the Shoptimizer setup in regard to WooCommerce. So I've clicked on Customize in the WordPress sidebar. Of course, there is the WooCommerce main link that comes out of the plugin itself, but also there are some other subsections within the Shoptimizer unique features. So nothing under general, apparently under colors, as you can see, there is a WooCommerce section. Under header and navigation, there is the cart for sure section. So these options will only appear when WooCommerce is active on your site together with the Shoptimizer theme. Typography, we worked on this in the previous video, so there is a WooCommerce section for specific fonts. Layout, there is a WooCommerce section. The menus, nothing for Woo. Widgets, there is nothing for WooCommerce except for the sidebar in case you're using it, but we won't. And then, of course, the additional CSS. So as you can see, yes, there is the main WooCommerce plugin section within the customizer, but also you can find additional WooCommerce subsections within the Shoptimizer Customizer settings. Okay, so first of all, I want to study the standard WooCommerce options that we can access from the customizer. So doing the store notice for now, we might or we might not. So at the moment, we will not enable it. But in case you're looking for a site-wide store notice, this is the perfect example of where you can find it. In regard to the product catalog. So on the shop page, do I want to display products or do I want to display categories? At the moment, I have two of them. So the attendee tickets and the sponsored tickets, but I think that in this case, because I don't have many products, I will want to show all the products. And don't forget, yes, that in Shoptimizer, the category is added under each product image. So you can see here attendee tickets and here sponsored tickets, okay? The category display, do you want it to show products? Of course. The sorting. Now, I will only have 5 products, so do I really need the sorting? Well, no, I don't. Then, how many products per row do I want? Of course, this is on desktop, so if I hide the controls, you will see that I have 3 products per row. This is kind of nice because I only have 3 products within the attendee tickets category, so it's kind of nice to have them here. And maybe in a customization, I could add a kind of a separator, a divider here, because then these 3 are followed by 2 sponsored tickets products. So it would be a nice touch to add to the shop page. How many rows per page do I need? Well, by default, I have 4. I will leave 4 because I only have 2 rows and 3 columns. So product catalog is done. In regard to the product images, if you remember from yesterday's video, the Shoptimizer documentation actually suggested that the main image width should be 800 and that the thumbnail cropping should be uncropped. So we're just following their recommendations. In regard to checkout, as you can see, this link is disabled, so I can't click on it. And that's because the checkout can be customized in the editor with your active theme. So if I actually click and open in a new tab, I will go to the checkout page. Perfect, which at the moment is using the checkout block. Well, I won't be using checkout blocks. I will use the legacy checkout because I can customize it the way I want it. But in case the checkout block is active, then it will be disabled. So I'm going to put here the legacy checkout. Oh yeah, the classic checkout. So in this case, if I save and I refresh I should be able to see under WooCommerce and checkout, perfect, that I'm free to define whether I want to either show the company name, I want to either show the address line 2, the phone field, definitely not required for an event in real life. Do I want to use the asterisk for required fields, yes or no? I can toggle privacy policies, terms and condition pages, and so on. So I can do some basic customization. This is default to WooCommerce, by the way. So as you can see, if you're using the legacy or the classic checkout, you will get this. If you're using the checkout block, you won't see anything like this because you're then free to do these changes on the checkout block page itself. Okay, so we've done this now. And what I want to go through now is the specific Shoptimizer WooCommerce settings. So the stuff that it will add and that you don't usually get. So there is definitely nothing under general. If you go onto colors, of course, we've got the WooCommerce primary buttons, sale flash, star ratings, product archives colors, single product colors, and cart and checkout colors. Now, of course, we need to do some branding. So I've opened my style sheet where I can see different versions of my logo, my icons, the typeface, and my colors. And I mean, it would be nice if my WooCommerce site used these sort of gradients, shades that my website uses and that my logo and brand need to use as well. So technically, it would be nice if buttons were using this kind of orange. So I just go to my customizer, and what I want to do is going to move on to the cart so I can see what changes and what doesn't. My cart is empty, so I can see the products in here using this kind of green. Let's see if switching to my orange. So I'm going to paste this in here. It does any better. Now, this orange is kind of super bright. I don't know if it works like this, so I might try with this darker shade instead and see how it goes. So I'm going to paste. Okay, that's kind of a better color, though it doesn't really stand out. Why? Because it's kind of using the same shade of my product images, my temporary product images, if we want to. So you can really see it, right? So what we could be doing instead is using the actual dark shade. So I'm going to the customizer and paste it, and you see how it stands out a little bit more. And the buttons are, not using the same shades as the images, and you can see them a little bit better. So I'm kind of happy with this primary button background. Of course, on hover, I need to get rid of this green, and maybe I will use something like this. So I'm going to paste the color code in here, and now when I hover, as you can see, it kind of switches to this purple shade. So text color, I'm happy with white on super dark purple, so it's easy to read. And also the white text works with this, purple as well. So it's easy to read as well. Now, the sale flash. So if we go onto the shop page, as you can see, the sale flash is this little thing that appears when a product is on sale. Now, this kind of green is totally off topic, it's totally off brand. So what could I use for that color? Well, once again, going to look at this. I could be using a white, I could be using absolutely anything. Let's see if this orange, bright orange, works in that case. So I'm just going to go to the customizer, paste in here my orange. Yeah, it kind of works. So it stands out enough on top of the image, And I want to see what happens if instead of white text, I put the darker shade of text that we use for the headings as well, instead of the white. So I'm going to paste. Yeah, it's a little bit more evident. If I click on the single product, I want to see if the sale flash is also, yeah, it's in here. So maybe with a bit of CSS, I could increase the font weight. But other than that, I much prefer the dark instead of the white. I might do some accessibility checks for contrast, but other than that, it's working well. The star ratings, well, I won't be using ratings on this website. I will collect testimonials in a different way. So I will not let people review each single product. It doesn't make sense. I just need reviews on an overall checkout summit experience, not on each single ticket product. Regards to the product archives, description, there is a description background and description text. So I guess we're talking about the category. So when you go and click in here, the description, background, and the text might show here in case I decide to put some content. Probably I will for SEO and human reasons. So it'd be nice to see how this works out. Of course, the text, I will be using my 160 font color, and for description background, I guess they're using this kind of gray to make it stand out because the background is white. So I'll keep it as it is. If we go to the single product, we have the product container background, which is using kind of a gray thing, but I think I want to revert to white. Yeah, so there is no separation. The floating button background, once again 160 and white text. The progress bar, so I guess we're talking about the cart and checkout page. So once I add this to cart and go to the art page, there is a progress bar color, and once again in here we could be using the black to make it stand out. So I'm going to publish this for now and see how it goes. Let's remember the buttons are using the black, on hover they're purple, and the little buttons like sale flash and star ratings, they're using the orange. Speaking of orange and blue and black, I want to go back to the general now that I've decided that those are the WooCommerce colors, and I could also decide to customize the links hover, the body background color, which is white. So what could be my primary swatch color, and the general links. Now the blue thing for links is kind of nice, but the hover should be using the 160. So my dark purple. The primary swatch color, I guess it's used everywhere. As you can see, it's used as the, kind of hover, is used for these texts, used for the tooltips, the underlines. So let's see what happens if I switch this to 160. And as you can see now, even those are a little bit more on brand because I haven't added, a million different colors. So I kind of like this dark purple used in here, which means that this should be also be taken by buttons and stuff like that. Okay, so we've done the WooCommerce bit, and now I want to go into header navigation and go to see the cart. We've seen it yesterday that we've chosen the basket as the icon. We could have chosen the cart, see how it changes in here. Or we could have chosen the bag, see how it changes in here. I kind of like the basket because it doesn't show how many items are in the cart. This is not a WooCommerce website where I expect people to add many products to their cart. They usually add just one, which would be one ticket or one sponsor. Then we have the cart sidebar title. So if I click in here, as you can see here, it will show the title itself. You can, of course, rename it as you wish. For now, let's keep it as it is. Then you can enable quantity arrows in this kind of sliding cart. And if something is in the cart, you can hide the view cart button so that the only remaining button here will be proceed to checkout. And now we've seen the cart. So we're talking about header navigation. Now I want to move on to typography. We've done yesterday the WooCommerce section using Archivo for titles and Unito for buttons. So nothing to be done here. In regards to the layout, now we have a WooCommerce layout. As you can see here, Shoptimizer gives you so many options, and I like to go through all of them. First of all, do you want to enable the sliding cart? I think it's super handy once you add something to cart. And also, you could enable the single product AJAX add to cart button on the single product. This is a very nice feature. So if we are actually on this single product page, this could be an AJAX button, which means that it will add to cart without having to reload the whole page. We're talking about now the shop page. So if we go on to shop page, do we want to display the shop heading? So I'm going to click in here and perfect. It will show the title. I think it's a nice touch. I'm going to rename this to something like get your checkout summit ticket or something like that. So I definitely want to use this. Do I want to display? Oh, and that's nice. So I don't actually need a snippet in order to toggle these sections in Shoptimizer. So do I want to show the result count? So showing all 5 results? No, I don't need that. I only have 5 products. Do I want to display the sorting? No, I don't need that either. So this whole section should go once I save and it goes away. And do I need to display the sale percentage discount like in here? Yes, I think it's a nice thing. Do I want a bubble or do I want a circle? Let's see how it is with a circle. Okay, that's kind of a little bit better, stands out a little bit more. Thinking about it now, I'm probably going to get rid of the orange and just use the dark purple instead, because it's really hard to read. It doesn't stand out much. Actually, let me do it now. So I'm going to colors, WooCommerce, sale flash should be using the actual 160. Yes. And the text color should be white. Okay, that's a little bit better. Actually, I'd say much better. So we were under the layout in WooCommerce playing with the Shoptimizer settings. Do I want to display the rating? I don't need that because I won't be having it. I will disable the reviews. Do I want to display the category? I mean, I could not. In case I decide to put a heading to divide the 2 sections between attendees and sponsors, maybe I won't need to display this category. So for now, let's remove it. As you can see here, it'll go away. It'll make the single item more compact. Do I want to change the image on hover? I won't need that because I only have 1 picture image. Now, the product card display should be the default or should be the slide up. Let's see what that means. I guess once I save, I guess the add to cart and some information will be sliding up on hover as opposed to showing it there. So we will test this by publishing and by going to the shop page. So pages, go to the shop and view, and let's see what happens. Right, you see there is only the price and the title and the image, and if you hover onto it, you can add to cart. Technically, I don't want people to add to cart from here because I want them to read the descriptions before they actually purchase. So I probably disable these add to carts in here, which means that in the customizer, I will be using the default cart display. Do I want to display the button? No, I want to remove them. So Shoptimizer gives me this. I don't even need a snippet for that. So if I publish and I refresh the shop page, which at the moment was using the sliding thing, as you can see, there is no button right now. So I can just click on one to learn more about each product. Now, product alignment, left or center. I think left is better for accessibility. Now, product category, description, layout. At the moment, I have no category descriptions, so I don't even know if I will be using them. But in case I do, then this is a cool thing where you can define the position, if you want to show the description, if you want to show the category thumbnail. Now, for the single product page, I want to go here and I can disable or enable the block editor, I guess, in the product description and stuff like that. I won't be using blocks for now, so I'm going to disable this. Product gallery, I won't be using it. The product short description, I can even define the position. Is it going to be on top? Is it going to be at the bottom of the page? Do I want to use legacy sticky add to cart bar? No, because you can do so with Commerce Kit. So they kind of have the same functions in here. Because I will be doing a video specifically on Commerce Kit, then at the moment I will not be enabling this because I'm sure that the Commerce Kit one is better. Do I want to display product metadata? I guess we're talking about the category. So I'm going to unselect this, and I guess the metadata, once I publish and once I go to view one of the products after refreshing the page, then the product meta, so we're talking about tags, categories and stuff like that, is probably completely gone, as you can see here. Also, do I want to display previous and next? Now, where are the previous and next? Okay, there are buttons in here. I think in my case, I don't have many products. I don't actually need them to go through all these previous and next, so I'm going to disable that. Now, do I want to display a cross-sell carousel? So I don't need cross-sells, I just need related products which are already showing. So I'm going to disable this. The product description, is it going to be on full width or contained? Do you want to display the floating button? So in order to request a callback, this is especially helpful for the sponsor tickets. Do I want to display the related products? Yes, I do, and I want to show no more than 3 related items that will be taken from the same categories, of course. So in the case of a ticket for attendees, there are only 3 products. In the case of a ticket for sponsor, there are only 2 of them. So I might as well just put 2 in here and then go half and half on that section. Do I want to display upsells before the related? Now, because I don't have many products, I think the related products are enough. It would be nice to say, you know, customers also upgraded to, and you know, if you're looking at the micro sponsor, they updated to the sponsor or something like that. So in my case, I just need related products. Also, in regard to the cart and checkout, so what I want to do is going on to the cart and checkout process. Oh yeah, I can add to cart from here. If I go to checkout, I should be able to see the progress bar that we're talking about. Do I want this progress bar? I think I don't, because I have no cart. I won't be using it. I have no shipping. I just want them to go to the confirmation. So I want to hide this and it will be even cleaner. Do I want to display the cross-sells? I don't. Does the cart page need to be optimized in case I go to the cart page? Yes, that's a nice thing. And do I want to AJAX update cart page quantity? think I don't. In regard to the checkout coupon code position, as you can see, Shoptimizer has a cool function to put it at the bottom, so people won't be trying there to get coupons. But guess what? I don't think I will be using coupons for this website. Why? Because the prices are fixed. I don't want people to go searching for coupons on AI or Google, so I will just disable them from the WooCommerce settings, which means that this section here will not be visible. Perfect, so we've done the layout now. Where else is WooCommerce? Well, I think we finished. So I think that this completes the walkthrough of the Shoptimizer settings regarding WooCommerce specifically. And now in the next episodes, I'll go through what else I can do and what other features I could be using in Shoptimizer in order to make this website great in regard to performance and in regard to conversion rate.